Welcome, everyone. I want to welcome you to today's class. Thank God for you and thank God for what He's doing in your lives. The Lord bless and keep every one of us by His grace and by His mercy. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate you. Once again, I want to welcome you to another edition of our Saturday Health Talk. First and foremost, I want to thank God on behalf of every one of us here. I want to thank God for our lives. Thank God for the grace to be among the living. It's not uh, by right, and it's not because we are deserving, but it's just by the mercy of the Lord, and it's just because we are privileged people. That's where we are. That's why we are here. That's why we are still alive. So I want to thank God for you. I want to thank God for my life and for the lives of everyone, every woman on this platform. It's always good to give thanks to God, irrespective of the situation that we find ourselves in, irrespective of what we are going through. The truth is, every one of us have one thing or the other that we are trusting God for help and solution. No matter who we are, no matter the level, no matter the attainment, there is something that we are asking God to intervene and give us testimony. And never you think that you are alone. No matter what you are going through, remember, somebody is going through worse than you. And I want you to be courageous. If you are here and you are battling with one health issue or the other, I have good news for you. And the good news is the Lord is with you. And you must constantly go with this assurance that God is with you on this journey. And you will surely come out strong, and it will end in great testimony. So don't lose hope. Don't lose confidence in God, in your Creator, because He is right there with you, and you will surely come out strong by the grace and mercy of God. So welcome once again. Thank you for being part of this community. It's been a journey, and we are grateful to God for how far He has brought us. By the grace and mercy of God, Tabitha Health and Wellness will be 1 year in April, to the glory of God. And hitherto the Lord has brought us. He has helped us. And we thank Him, we appreciate Him, because He has been our Ebenezer, our helper indeed. He's helped a lot of women, and we are grateful to Him. Thank you for being such an amazing personality. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your support. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for allowing me to be in your corner. Thank you. We appreciate you once again. May the Lord bless and continue to keep every one of us. A quick disclaimer: Tabitha Health and Wellness is for information and educational purposes. It's not to diagnose any illness, but to share information that will help us to improve on our health and well-being. So if you have any medical condition, please do not hesitate to see your medical practitioner or see a qualified physician to attend to your health situation. Thank you. I will start with a very controversial one. I call it controversial because it's something that people hear when you mention that. They say, we've been eating these things for long. So how come, when did this become a problem? I've seen people ask me such questions when I go to give talks. They say, we've been taking this thing for long. So when did it become a problem to us? Number one, I want to talk about is the consumption of cow milk. You can hear the name. The name is called cow milk. So I think that it shouldn't be something that we should be consuming like our life, the entire life depend on them. It is something that we need to look at critically and begin to make great changes. And it doesn't end in only the milk alone, and also the products made from them, especially when they are not fermented. Things like ice cream, things like the dairy products, things like the milk itself, and all of that. We need to begin to look critically to this particular aspect. So, because I'm in the food industry, they know the millions, not millions, billions going into the milk industry. You'll be amazed. So, it's one business that they really do not want to go out of the market. It's also what we also use to make yogurt. You understand? But then we made it look like without milk that our children will not have calcium. Our children will not grow well. I want to beg every woman here. Do your due diligence. Do your own research. I've said it over and over again. Please do your research very well and then come to a conclusion of what you want for yourself and your family. But for tonight, for the purpose of THW women and women we want to reverse health issues, I categorically say one of the things that you should take out of your diet is animal milk. You want to indulge in plant milk, and there are a lot of plant milk. Some people may say, yes, some people are allergic to certain plant milk. Yes, that is another topic on its own. If you're allergic to something, it's a different ball game. So you want to take out the things that you're allergic to. But in totality, plant-based milk is still the best because it contains a numerous amount of minerals and nutrients that you can benefit from. So you want to pay attention to this particular one. So people will ask me, what is wrong with cow milk? So now go and do your research, deep research, because we may not have the time to explore on that particular topic. In the nearest future, we'll take each of these things, one after the other, and elaborate on them. But for now, it's one of the things that you need to critically look into, because there are a lot of things that go into the production of this product, like every other processed product as well. Before a processed product will come out really nice and attractive, a lot has really gone into it. Okay, so we need to pay attention to this particular. I pray the Lord will give us wisdom and direction to be able to make great decisions concerning this particular. For me, forbidden fruits. Forbidden fruits. The next one I also want to talk about is also part of this product, ice cream. Have you been in a factory where ice creams are made? So I think it's about three basic things: milk, sugar, stabilizers, and some other things like that. The amount of sugar that goes into your ice cream, it's not food, it's not something that we can be eating. Some can't do without eating ice cream on a daily basis, some on a weekly basis. It's a I think it's everyday dessert for some people, that after the meal you just take ice cream and all of that. Please, enough is enough. There are too many issues, too many health issues that we need to be conscious about, and not look for the reasons why we are having these health issues far away. It's very close to us. Let's pay attention to them. You take ice cream every day or every week. That's like a disaster going somewhere to happen. Please, you want to pay attention to this and avoid some of this food. So why did I come up with this forbidden fruit tonight? A lot of people have been asking me questions like, what are when they reach out to me for certain health conditions and all of that. I mentioned to them that they should try to avoid forbidden foods. And so they will like, what are the forbidden fruits? I should try and mention to them what the forbidden fruits are. And then on and on like that from several women. Apparently, we know we have a lot of new people in our midst. So I just thought that even for the old members as well, I thought that it would be nice to share and also elaborate and on a forbidden fruits, because this aspect of our healthy living journey is very critical. So tonight, I have come tonight to share with you certain foods that should not be part of you if you want to enjoy good health. So food to avoid in order to enjoy good health. So for short, we can call them forbidden foods. Okay? It is important for us to understand that there are things that are food that we need to avoid in order for us to stay healthy. Why did I come up with this particular topic tonight? Since May 2023, we embarked on this journey of 30 days challenge, teaching women the method of eating, the pattern of eating, what to eat, what to avoid. And it amazes me the amount of testimony that we have gathered from this simple exercise. Some might call it simple exercise, but it has been such an amazing one. Women gaining their health back within a short period of time. Women losing weight, women gaining women recovering from chronic diseases, and can mention on and on and on, even things that they don't even have a solution. They don't have a hand, they cannot lay hand to say this is what is wrong with them. Just by going through the 30 days challenge, they have gained their health back tremendously. So it is obvious there are certain things that we are doing that is impacting negatively on our health. And if you don't take out those things, if you don't remove those things, no matter what you are putting in your body, your health, you will not be able, you will not enjoy them. Imagine you eating, saying that you are eating healthy, and yet you are not removing or eliminating certain things from your food or as a lifestyle. So it will be like you are not doing anything at all. So it is important for us to share certain things that I have seen that are contributing uh, to women's poor health. I have seen it in many years that I've been on this journey. I've seen certain things creating problems, and these are things that we have, you know, we have made them part of us, either passed down to us from generation to generation, you know, or we believe that that is the norm, or because of affluence, or we just feel that these things are the things that we have missed when we didn't have money. Now that we have money, we should be able to indulge greatly on these things. And these are the things that are really causing problems in our health. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who we are so addicted to these things, and they will tell you that they can't do without certain things. You can see something causing problems for you, and you are looking at that thing like you know this is what is causing your problem, and you just feel that no, this is so lovely and enjoyable, and that you can't let go. I think it's about time for us to begin to look at these things critically and be intentional in taking them out of our diet so that we can enjoy a God given health, and then we can pursue our purpose and be great achievers. Another one is other flavor, artificial flavors, coloring, preservatives, highly processed and refined foods. Okay, you want to be careful with artificial flavors. In fact, you see all those colors that you put in it. They will call it strawberry color. They call it golden yellow. They call it banana flavor and all that. In fact, there was a time we wanted to do flavors in our factory, and I was experimenting with colors, and I saw the things that they call food grade colors. They are dyes. Oh, this dye that they use in converting, changing colors of clothes to different colors from white to green. I'm telling you, they just call them food grade. Nothing food grade about them. It's just small thing that if you overput it, it's something that the food will turn to something else. They just say small. It was that time I changed my. I said never. I'm not going to use anything coloring for yogurt. Let's just sell the plain one and the vanilla that I know that I can trust. I say so. It can't. It as bad as that. I just they call it banana flavor. You see yellow. There's nothing banana in that thing. It is not the real banana. But there are some that it is the real fruit that they use in mixing to give that thing that flavor. Please let us be careful, especially our children, that we give them all kind of poppy juice and all of that in the name of colors, green, yellow, orange, purple, to attract us. Please don't let me go into all this food thing. I remember I came across a production manager of a company one day, and I was, we were talking before. He is also a food science and technologist, and we got talking. The guy, for nothing, the guy never. He doesn't care about anything, because the food, they've taught us that these things have the food grade. And he was telling me the extent they go to mix certain things together. If you want to do this one, make this one 50%, make this for 50%. I said, I don't know. And he said people will buy it. That's what he said. He said people will buy it. That's what people even like. Give them what they like. I fear God, oh. Please, men and women, please let us be careful. Our girls, our boys, let us begin to take care of them from now. Let us begin to introduce things. I'm also guilty because my son still struggles with, if my strong is sweet tooth. So once in a while I tell him, you're going to take this green this time before I can give you this one. Gradually, especially being in the boarding house, when he comes home, you tell him, mommy, when I come home, I'm doing your healthy living thing, or when I'm in school. And so sometimes we may not be able to help, but let us just try it. At least if we are doing about 70%, please, it is very critical. These are the things that settles, especially for our boys. It settles to their prostrate. These are the chemicals that settle to their prostrate. These are the chemicals that settle to their ovaries, our girls. The Lord will help us. Another one is monosodium glutamate, MSG, found in most food seasonings. Monosodium glutamate, MSG, found in most food seasonings. Let me say something here. I watched something on somebody's page recently, and I was amazed, and I'm sure many of us will have stumbled on this particular video. The lady finished cooking a stew. After finish cooking the stew, and she said to remove the sour taste of the food, you pour sugar inside. I screamed. So you see, when you eat food in some places and say, these people's food, is very fantastic, very nice, and very tasty, you don't know what you are eating. Some people actually put sugar in stew, and people's comments were like, for real? You mean you put sugar inside stew? That was my first time of seeing that. And a lot of people were giving comments of different things that they put in stew just to make it nice, to taste really nice. It's amazing. It's just mind blowing, the kind of things that we eat. So when you eat food outside and it's very tasty, don't think it's just because the person knows how to cook, or you don't know whether you won't know what the person has put into the food. Anyway, I know there are good cooks around, but then we just have to be careful. All this flavor and enhancer, because every eatery want to outdo the other. We have the best food, we have the best rice, we have to put, apart from the other concoction that they put inside. But then it's not all the eateries that do that. They are very professional, from professional ones that do it decently. But then you just want to be careful. It is the best way to eat is to eat your own food that you cook by yourself. You know what you are putting inside your food yourself. Imagine you then eating stew with sugar inside. You will lick your hand and then you say, this woman knows how to cook. And meanwhile, he has put all sorts of things, artificial, all these things. They are categorized as flavor and enhancers. They enhance the flavor of the food. That's what they want to, because they want you to come back again. So they enhance the flavor of the food so that you can visit them again. And these things that they use in enhancing the flavors, they are terrible to our health. They are broken down. Once broken down and it gets into our cells doesn't recognize them until they say, and it's danger. And these are some of the things also that can cause autoimmune diseases unknowingly to us, because when they are converted or broken down, your body, they become a stranger to your body system, and your immune system is always sent to do what is on an attack. Is on what do you call it now? Is on a mission to fight, to destroy anything stranger, any stranger in your body system. You want to fight it down. So in the course of doing that, he's overdoing. So he sees something in your kidney, he sees something in your liver, he sees it as an enemy, he begin to fight the liver. He think the liver is the one that is causing problems. So he's mistaking the liver as an enemy, because there's certain things coming out of that place that's presented itself as an enemy. So that's what it's called autoimmune. So it goes that it is something that creates something within your system that makes your immune system to start acting otherwise. So we need to be careful what you supply your body system at all times, please. And when you begin to change the system and the pattern of your eating, you will see things changing. I have had a lot of testimonies from people who have lupus, who have autoimmune diseases, who has rheumatoid arthritis, who have so many chronic autoimmune issues that have been reversed just by changing their diet, eating healthy, putting more of a protective food in their system. They reversed their health problems drastically. So you want to do that as well. You want to pay attention to pump it to your body, remove all this monosodium glutamate into your body system in the form of your seasoning. Now they write it in different forms. They can write E something, E22, E202, E something. They are still monosodium glutamate written, or flavor enhancers written in another code, because they know that people are beginning to check for MSG in their package, in the package product, that once I say MSG I drop it, but you don't know that it's eating, and they write EO something, E something something there. That's the code. So you want to be careful. The next one I'll talk about is all polished rice. All the whitish rice that are, those rice that are pure white. In fact, do you know something? Some people buy those things because, oh no, it looks so good. Like my son will say, the way when I cook yam, my son told me that, mommy, your sister's yam is always white when she cooks it. Why is your own yam almost brown? When my son was younger, and my son says that he prefers the white one than the brown one, because I cook the yam with the peel on it. So when I'm cooking my yam, I still cook with the peel on it, and I'm sure that a lot of women do that on this platform as well. So you see, when you cook the yam with the peel on it and you cook the yam without the peel, you see that the one you cook without the peel will be whitish, and then the one you cook with the peel will look darker, will look like a brownish sort of. So it prefers it's finer, it's nicer. Now let me say this. This white product, I'm using yam as an example because I know that I can really You can relate with this yam. Yeah, this yam of a thing. Why is it whitish? Because the nutrients have been taken away in the course of your cooking. So we are going to do cooking. We have done cooking pattern before. Cooking, how to cook, and then the way to cook your food. Because you have removed the skin out of it. So the nutrients have escaped from those silver lining at the edges of your yam. So what you have more now is the nutrient that you have thrown into the sink. So you all those your nutrients in your yam and all of that, you pour them, those whitish creamy thing that you pour out from your yam. Those are the nutrients. So everything that you're eating in your yam, if you cook your yam without the peel, you are probably eating the shaft. So but if you cook it with the back you took, you protect the nutrient from escaping from those edges of the yam. So you want to pay attention to this. And somebody will ask me a question, what is the flavor when you cut your yam? If you cut your yam in slices, for instance, and you just carefully remove, you see that the round, what they call the rind, the round part of it is shiny, sort of, it's kind of shiny and slippery. Yes, that's the protective part of your yam. You need to cover it while you're cooking it. If you remove it, the nutrient will be out of it. So let's pay attention to that. And so that's kind of thing that people like, the white part. But the white, the brown, the goodness of the rice has been removed. For that brown coating on the fada rice is rich in zinc. And if you are eating that kind of food regularly, it will impact on your health. So if you are eating the one that the goodness have been removed, over is just a matter of time. Your health will start breaking down because you're not supplying nutrients to your body from your food. You are only giving your food, your body, maybe fake energy. So over time, the cells is asking for nutrients and it's not getting it. It's starved of nutrient and begin to ask question. It begin to malfunction. Is diseased. There's no ease with the organs of the system, and you're the carrier of the organs and the carrier of the cells will start feeling. You'll feel the brunt. So let us pay attention to this particular. It doesn't have to be white before you can accept it as good food. Let's maintain, must not be aesthetics alone that you're looking for in food. It must be presentable, nice, and it must also be rich in nutrient. Part of the um, artificial or processed artificial oil flavors I also find in our cooking oils. They put them into our cooking oil. Oil is another area that we just want to be careful, especially for women, for us women. We cannot cook without oil. They've programmed our mind like that we can't cook without oil. And I've shared it several times there that the best oil that you can use cold pressed coconut oil. Some say that cold pressed oil, the way they smell and all that, is a matter of time. You will get used to it because you have not been used to it. You can also use palm oil, and then you want to bleach your fiber moderately, please. Don't over fried your palm oil so that it doesn't begin to change from goodness to bad things that you don't want to have in your body system. So you want to ensure that you are careful with this oil, different kind of oils now that they call it no cholesterol oil, they call it vitamin A, vitamin D, they call it all kinds of things, all kind of plant based oil, but they are not really doing any plant work in our body system. So let us be very careful. Cold pressed coconut oil is good. Olive oil is good. When you cook with olive oil, you want to just sprinkle after your cooking. Please do not use olive oil to do high temperature cooking. And please, I want to advise, let us not do. I use it to fry egg, fry this, cook and all that. Just sprinkle. It is better use cold pressed for olive oil. Then artificial sweeteners. Some will say they don't use sugar in for as a sweetener. They use aspartame, they use saccharin, they use all kinds of things. They even called one. There's one they just put a little pinch inside and it will sweeten a whole liter of a product. Let us be careful with these artificial sweeteners. Saccharin is not good for you. Aspartame is not good for you. They're chemicalized products and they are not good for our body system. The next one is also saturated animal fat, like margarine. I've talked about margarine There's nobody that will come and drink for you butter. It's not butter. Just spread. Anything that you see in margarine products, please, it's not supposed to be part of our meal, part of our diet. And some of us will put it on the table, and that's what you put on the bread. And so everything they're given to the children as breakfast is totally, almost only thing not appropriate for them. You use a slice of white bread, you spread, put a spread on it, heavy loaded sugar beverages for them, and they come down with all kind of cold, coughs, immune system issues, and all of that. You know, it's really tough. I know it's really tough, but I see that a lot of people are having changes. So many people. I have seen a woman. I spoke with a woman that as a breakfast for her children are just amazing, wonderful. When she analyzes what she gives her children for breakfast, I was really impressed about her. And she's been doing that for a long period of time. It's whatever you introduce to your children that they will call food. If you wake up and you start giving your children and say, this particular thing is food, the children will see it as food. And then this one is poison, the children will see it as poison. So please, let us be very careful with what we feed our children with. Saturated animal fat like margarine that I talked about, then you want to be careful with certain animal protein as well. You want to be careful with red meat. It's not that red meat is not good, but it is better, it's advised that if it is organically reared, where do we get organically reared meat these days? So because of the things they feed you, the cows and all of that, they feed them with growth hormones, they feed them with all kind of antibiotics and all of that. So you want to be careful. Pork, you want to be careful. And then certain things, poultry. Some poultries are not really good for you, especially the frozen food that you don't know what they use in embalming them before bringing them here. But if you see people who rear chicken, free range, they're good. Stretch your hands and buy them and buy from them. And that's what I do more now. I do more fish and all of that. Then fish is also very good. Fish is fantastic. This I keep talking about this sardine fish, eja shawa in Yoruba language, in the green language of Africa, Southwest Africa. They call them sardine fish. Fresh sardine fish. It's very tasty. I know that fish is boning. It's boning small, tiny. Sometimes they even refer it as poor man's fish. We should begin to change our mindset too. Please, it's very rich in omega-3 fatty acid, very good for the brain, very good for the hormones, very good for ovary, very good for hormonal imbalance, very good for so many things, a lot of things, very good for the heart, for people who have high blood pressure. They're very rich, very good for people who have to prevent Alzheimer's diseases and all of that. Very, very rich fish. So if you don't have, the other rich part is the salmon fish. Now the other one I also want to talk about is fried food. Some can't do without fried food. Fried plantain especially. It's like we were born with it and then we're christened with it. And then they actually do the covenant with fried food for some people. That if you don't eat this fried food, life will not remain the same. Please let us avoid it. It's trans fat and it's dangerous for your heart, for the arteries, and all of that. Blood vessels, it is very, very dangerous. Let us please avoid that. The other one I want to talk about is the common salt. The common salt that we use, many of the salt have been removed. The nutrients, the vitamins have been removed, and they said they put in iodine inside. Well, with the iodine that they put inside the salt, the amount of people and the statistics of people who have goiter has not reduced, has not been very encouraging. Let me put it that way. Have not been very encouraging. So you want to do food, you want to do salt that is rich in minerals that can supply you nutrient apart from the fact that it's enhancing the flavor of your food. So you want to do it, and even if it is sea salt or Himalaya pink salt, you want to do it in moderation. You want to do it in moderation. Another very popular one that we have seen them as part of us, that no, this one can't be out of, this one can't be a forbidden food, this one, no, it's white flour products. White flour products have been, the nutrients, the goodness of the products have been taken away. So we are back to it again, that we say the protective food. So when the major nutrients have been taken out of your food, then you know that there's a problem. Okay, there's a problem because now you're probably eating the shafts because the nutrients have been taken out of it. For whatever reason, the manufacturer, they understand why they are removing whatever the things inside. They have the reasons. Some say because it causes a problem with their machines. Some say because of the aesthetics. Some say because it doesn't look good. When you put that white flour product and the brown flour product, which one looks appealing? The white one looks appealing. Some people prefer to go for the white one that looks appealing. But when nutrients have been taken for what you are eating, then it's no longer for you. It's no longer for human. And that's the truth. If your major nutrients that should supply you vitamins and minerals and strength, antioxidant, rejuvenation properties have been taken away, then what is left for us? That means the remaining will be shaft. So we need to look into this properly. Please let us take note of many of these things. And you have them abundant around you. You have them in bread, you have them in cakes, you have them in donuts, you have them in meat pie, you have them in chin chin, you have them in noodles, you have them in pasta, you have them in biscuits of all kinds, you have them in different kinds. And when you enter the supermarket, you just be wondering what then is available, what then is healthy in the supermarket. God will help us. We are all in this, we are all here. We will have to just be intentional about it. Gradually, you make that decision gradually. There are people who are on the 95%. Yes, but if you are starting from your 30%, it's okay, 40%, but make sure you are growing. Make sure you are growing. And don't begin to tell yourselves, it's something that kills somebody. No, we don't speak that language here. We are not careless people. God doesn't want us to be careless with our body and say in one day. God wants to, of course, every one of us, we're going to die one day. But no, while you are here on earth, live a happy, strong life. There is a difference between somebody that is living and someone that is mere existing. When you are in good health, you are living a good life. When you are living, you are here on earth, you are alive, but yet you're not in good health. You're just mere existing. So I want us to just have that at the back of your mind. If you have been in bad health, poor health before, you will never pray to be back to that level, even though you know that one day you're going to die. You don't want to die miserable. You don't want to die unhappy. You want to live a good life. You want to be happy. You want why you are here. Jesus lived the 3 years on earth, but he lived strong. He lived healthy. So please let us pay attention to this, and not encourage ourselves with negative things. Let's work on that. Somebody shared a video and said if you are still giving your children noodles, they are creating problems. So please, you want to work on your diet, your own food. Make sure your food are life-giving food. They are not life-destroying food. All forms of processed sugar-loaded beverages, you want to look at them and see that are they promoting health? There are things like that we talked about in the past. Things that promote health are things that are protective. I call them protective food. Protective food are usually very close to nature, or in just the form that God created them. They come in that state that is just being created. You plant it, it comes out that same way, and you eat it that same way. Those are the food that are called protective food. And you want to do more protective food in order to protect yourselves, not to create any problems in your body system. There are natural things that happen to your horse as metabolic processes are going on our body system, and also that creates some kind of imbalance that can cause free radicals and all of that. and you are creating external things again to bring more free radicals that are able to cause the way they call it is the way they behave, like radicals. They go into your body system, cause a lot of problems. And now you are intentionally taking food that are causing further problems into your body system. Highly processed beverages that are loaded in sugar should be avoided. It's also another forbidden fruit I want us to look at. We should avoid that. You can't be consuming such food and gain health. Initially, you might be looking robust, looking big and chubby and big and shapy. The dress, you say your dress fits you so well. But down inside you, you're unwell. But you just can't tell anybody that you're unwell. Certain things are beginning to happen to you. But the unfortunate thing is that we don't ever trace those symptoms. We don't trace them to what we are eating wrongly. We don't trace them to this forbidden fruit. That's the most. That's the sad part of this. You don't get to trace them to the poor eating and the forbidden food that you are eating. You just feel that this thing comes from somewhere, invented somewhere, drop into your body system, and know that go to your doctor, to visit your doctor, talk to your doctor about your symptoms. And oh, this is happening to me. Your doctor is there to take care of you, to ensure that you are well. And your doctor looked at you and looked at the symptom and prescribed the appropriate drug for you. But you are not taking care of the root cause. And the root cause is this forbidden food. And so if you don't get them out, you will be wasting the time of your doctor over and over again. After a while, you not become a nuisance to your doctor. Your doctor is even tired of you and be asking you questions. Madam, you need to take care of yourself. That's the next question your doctor will say. Madam, you need to take care of yourself. When your doctor is telling you that, then you need to think deeply. Watch these things. They create problems in our body system. We have seen it happen. So if you take them out for 1 month and you regain your health back, you gain your health back. So what does that tell you? It tells you that these things are causing problems for me. Taking them out for 1 month has given me life. Then I shouldn't go back to them again. The other one we also want to talk about is carbonated drinks. The only thing some people know how to drink is only carbonated drinks. In fact, they don't even take water. We have turned that to our food. When we see anybody hungry now, the next thing is just put one snack somewhere, balance it with another carbonated drink, and then you say, oh, this is life. Nothing inside than the sugar and the other concentrates mixed together. Nothing good that is protective. So look at it from this angle. What protection is this thing giving to your cells? Nourishing yourselves. They probably maybe the thing that it can do for you temporarily is to give you that kind of false energy. Okay, because of the high sugar content inside. But that's not the kind of sugar content that you want. You want a natural kind of sugar, a balance into your body system. So you get that kind of false energy and oh, this thing revived me. But that's not true. That's not the kind of rejuvenation that you want. You want the real rejuvenation that comes from nature food, from protective food. So if you're still indulging in these carbonated drinks, I want to beg of you to please work on this. Do more of water and some other protective juices. Okay, fresh juices that are loaded in sugar and you don't take them with discretion is also a problem. It's also a problem if you have what do you call if you're taking fresh juices and say because it's natural, it's fresh, you just gulp the 500 cl straight, you're not doing your body any good. And for those who are been attending the classes regularly, you will agree with me that we have talked about moderation. We have talked about how you take your juices and the way and manner you drink your juices, quantity that you should take per time. We have also talked about it. Of course, you want to avoid junk foods. You want to avoid junk food. You want to eat more at home than eating out. If you prepare your food at home, you will put a lot of energy, you put a lot of uh, strength and consciousness that this food is for you, for health. So you will be to help you to include certain things that you have learned that will be of great impact to your health. Then you also want to avoid tobacco, you want to avoid hard drugs as well, and so that you can gain your health back. If you are still taking tobacco, you are still taking hard drug, or you are a secondary smoker, it's dangerous for you. Some of us don't smoke, but we stay close to people who smoke. That's a secondary uh, that's a secondary way of smoking. You want to avoid it at all costs. You want to avoid it at all costs. So I have been able to share certain things on forbidden fruits, for the forbidden fruit. Remember, even God instructed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. He said to them that this one should be avoided. They disobeyed, and the consequences is what you and I are facing today. Well, thank God for Jesus, who came to rescue us from the grip of sin. So I want us to pay attention to this food, avoid them as much as possible. If you have any question, please you can feel free to ask your question. Thank you so much for making it a day, another time today to join us on this talk. Don't forget, we are still on our program, on our challenge, our Monday challenge, which is incorporating beetroot, carrot, cucumber, and dandelion into our Monday drink, so that can help us to jumpstart and strengthen our liver. So no, beetroot is very powerful for the liver. A cucumber is also very good. Carrot is an amazing fruit. There are many vegetables. Dandelion is wonderful for the liver. It's one of the potent and very good herbs that is very recommended for the liver health. So thank you so much for having me this night, and thank you for being part of the teaching. I trust God that the Lord will continue to help us, continue to keep us strong always, that we will always have good strength, good energy, good health to achieve all that God has in plan and has in stock for us. And thank you, and God bless you.